All right, first off, pretty congested, so if I sound nasally, I am, and I apologize. Second off, videos are starting up again tomorrow with Kung Fu Panda 3 finishing off the trilogy, and then this weekend I will have reactions out for both Amphibia and Avatar The Last Airbender. So, we're rolling back into the daily video schedule, but tonight we have Loki Season 2, Episode 4. Very excited about this one. I'm loving this season so far, despite there being really no talk about it. There's not much conversating going on online right now, at least that I'm seeing. I mean, I'm seeing the engagement get pretty low right now. I mean, I'm not seeing much engagement on my videos. I'm not seeing much engagement on others' videos. But despite all this, I'm loving this season so far. I think it's been so much fun. It's definitely between the first episode and last week's episode for my favorites so far of the season. Episode 2 was alright, but it had a few issues where I was like, okay, what's going on? And I know that's one big complaint that a lot of people have had about this season so far, is that they're not doing enough hand holding. Everything feels a little bit too complicated, you know, for a rando viewer, you know, somebody that's not as versed into the MCU. But I think for the most part, the story has been very, very coherent. And while it's been a little bit hard to understand, and maybe you got to play a little bit of catch up, I think it's been great so far. More specifically, last week's episode, I really enjoyed. Like I said, I think the first episode is my favorite, but last week, I love the aesthetic. I mean, it just continues to prove why this is my favorite series whenever it comes to Disney Plus MCU stuff, both in terms of story and in terms of production quality. The sets, the costumes, I just felt like everything from that time period was done so authentically. And with bringing Victor Timely into this, I thought it meshed so well. I mean, his acting choices, Jonathan Majors' acting choices with the time period, it fits so well. And I think the biggest takeaway for most people with last week's episode was his relationship not only with Ravonna, but his relationship with Miss Minutes as well. Obviously, we saw that Miss Minutes is in love with him. My theory is that Miss Minutes is kind of Ravonna reincarnated, or she was based off of the essence of Ravonna. Who knows what's going to happen? But Timely is more fond of Ravonna, and Miss Minutes is being manipulative and she's jealous. So who knows what's going to happen with all that. Obviously, she's helping out Ravonna at the end of the last episode. I like what they're doing with Sylvie right now, and I feel like a lot of people are missing it because some people are like, oh, she has no arc in this season. Where's her arc? What's happening? But I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, last episode we see that Sylvie is about to kill him. She's been wanting to kill him. Her drive for wanting to kill him has been corrupting her, but she realizes in killing him she'd be going against what she was fighting for all last season, and that is free will in a sense. He can make his own choices as a Kang just like she can make her own choices as a Loki. It's not all the same. So she spares him. He's taken back to the TVA to help with the time loom with Mobius and Loki. Sylvie kicks Ravonna into a portal to the end of time where she actually, I think she snagged a temp pad beforehand, and that's how she summons Miss Minutes. They see He Who Remains' corpse, and then Miss Minutes tells Ravonna that she knows a secret about her that is going to make her really angry. So, question, what is that? Like I said, I do think that Miss Minutes is based on Ravonna, but does Miss Minutes know that? So it could be involving that, but who knows? Also, they act a lot alike. I mean, they're both very power hungry, so it makes sense they do have common interests, but it could have to do with the knowledge of her relationship with Kang or He Who Remains, or anything that Miss Minutes would know. Who knows what she knows? And is Victor Timely as good as he is coming off? Because obviously we had that whole thing with Sylvie where he was like, I can make my own choices, and that's obviously what changed her mind. But can we trust him? Obviously he's going back to the TVA with Loki and Mobius. They're going to try to fix the time loom. By the looks of things from the trailers, I don't think it's all going to go very good. My guess is that Victor Timely dies, and that's how everything gets put into motion, like all the craziness, because I think the plan was for them to set up Victor Timely as the next He Who Remains, because time is indeed a circle. But I don't think any of that's going to go to plan. I think he's going to die maybe in this episode or the next. As to who's going to kill him, I have no idea. But something I think is going to go wrong. It looks like the TVA is going to start unraveling. I'm very interested to see how all of this is going to connect with the future projects. There's a bunch of rumors going around right now with the Marvels. You guys know how I feel about the Marvels. I think it looks fun, but I don't think it's going to be anything game-changing. But the rumor that's going around today, wow, if that's what they're doing, they're connecting everything. Like, the Marvels post-credit scene is going to connect with Loki and Deadpool 3. I mean, I really am starting to see the cohesiveness, and it's getting me a little bit excited. I do have hope that Marvel's going to dig themselves out of the hole that they find themselves in right now. Some will say that the hole doesn't exist. Me personally, I think you're being ignorant. I think you're just saying, oh, everything is awesome and nothing is bad ever because Disney good. I think there's a lot of people like that out there, but I also think there's a lot of people that are optimistic like me who can, you know, point out a lot of the flaws, but at the same time can have a lot of fun with a lot of the projects that they put out. Anyway, I'm going on a tangent. I think this episode's going to be a lot of fun. Before we get started, though, do me a favor. If you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, like button, turning on post notifications. Whatever guys want to do to support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. If you're interested in seeing full-length versions of this reaction or any other reaction that I have on the channel, as well as early access to said reactions, you'll find them right here on YouTube on my membership page. So if you guys could check those out as well, I would greatly appreciate it. So without further ado, I'm super excited. So let's go.
That's what's been happening. Wow. Time slipping.
Yeah, I don't think things are going to go good in this episode, like at all. I'm just thinking in terms of where we have to go setup wise for Deadpool 3, Secret Wars, destruction of the multiverse kind of thing. We know that there's an incursion coming in the Marvels in one way or another. There was an incursion at the end of Multiverse of Madness. Like, there's just so many loose ends that we need to tie together right now.
Set up what you can!
Yeah, and we still don't know what her motives were. To maintain order, I guess? Order? Got a short intro. No time for the long one. Where are we going? Oh, is this the island? That's crazy.
He wasn't always alone. There's something you have to see.
It was them two, right?
So it's almost ready
A utopia at the end of time.
for all time.
Always.
Did you try to stab him in the back? Is that what happened?
Thank you for being on my team.
The TVA awaits our commands. Shall we go?
I'll catch up.
Very interesting.
Pull up Protocol 42. Erase her memories.
Are you sure?
Erase all their memories.
About him? Is that what protocol whatever is?
I helped win.
You didn't just help. It was you who commanded the army.
I continued to do all the work to keep him there.
Well, something like that. That we don't need him. Maybe we never did.
I don't know. It all depends what happens with Victor Timely. I have no idea if he's going to make it out of this season alive or this episode alive or what's going to happen. Is he eventually going to become He Who Remains again, like the original plan? But I just don't see that happening. The perfect room for him to appear in. Just Loki and Mobius. It's exciting because, like, I don't know how all of this is going to connect. Like, I have my ideas, my theories, but I really don't know anything from here on out. I thought I did, but a lot of those leaks are proving to be untrue, or at least changed in a way.
Stop!
It's okay. It's all right.
What do you want with me? Oh, it's a party. Hello. The water. I should have some say.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, dude, things are probably not looking good out there right now. I can't imagine.
You're the only one who can help us fix it.
I know what we would have done in the past. Pruned all of them. It's simple, clean, efficient.
Is that what we do now?
I don't know.
I love this whole dilemma now. Ever since the end of the first season, there's just been this inner conflict of, like, what we're doing. Is it wrong? Is it right? Are we protecting things? Are we saving anything? What are we doing?
Your words changed me.
Yeah, as they did for a lot of people. It's like a perk machine from one of the Black Ops games.
Victor, this is Casey and OB.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's gonna recognize him.
Ouroboros,
Yeah, that's me.
you wrote the TVA handbook.
But I learned everything I know from a brilliant 19th century inventor named Victor Timely. If we had the resources, he would have been bigger than Einstein.
Ah.
What did you say your name was?
Victor.
So if
Closed loop.
which came first?
It's like a snake eating its own tail.
Mr. Ouroboros, would you inscribe my handbook?
I love how they do that, because that's what Ouroboros is. Look it up if you don't know. Snake eating its own tail. What came first, the chicken or the egg?
We have a plan. Casey,
Tacos. I want a taco.
What's the plan?
load the throughput multiplier into the launcher. Then they'll need to hit the green button and launch it towards the loo.
This is not to scale.
Someone killed He Who Remains and released all those branches and ruined my life.
But you did. You ruined Obi's life.
We need to make the rings bigger so more branches can fit through. There's much more temporal radiation out here than there was when you went out there, Mobius.
So much more.
More.
Yes.
I mean, Loki's really gonna have to hoof it then, right? Clearly, this isn't me.
Well, just because it isn't you, it isn't necessarily me.
Listen, guys.
Got your shape to it.
Guys,
Got a shape.
Great, so what are we waiting for? Let's do this.
There's another problem.
What's that?
He knows something.
I had the same problem with my loom until I made this.
Huh. So that's what that was.
If anyone can, it's you and me.
But he doesn't do partnerships, so like, I don't know, dude. Like, I want to trust him, and I feel like we can, but
Pie.
it's pie time?
What is the matter with you? Everything is turning to shit. And you want to leave it to them?
Yeah, that's an understatement.
You found out you're a variant, and you haven't even looked, have you? It's just another bad day at the office.
That's the second time that's been brought up this season. It's like he doesn't want to know, because if he does, he's going to end up wanting to go back.
Listen up.
Tuh.
And if we just try to figure this out, we can get out of this room and we can get back to our lives.
Cut the shit!
I don't want to die in here.
Well, it seemed like you gave up when you sold out our plan.
I still find this whole thing really weird. Like, her motivations and everything. Everything with her and them, this whole crew, has not been explained, really.
What do you want? Your help. You and your Minutemen.
Interesting. I didn't see that coming either. I mean, like I said, everything with them has been a little optimistic. Too optimistic, almost.
He's just trying to see in the dark like the rest of us. And so we're clear. I asked for your help. You're only here because you couldn't kill him.
Yeah, I couldn't kill him. Timely just looked so scared. He Who Remains wasn't scared. Or maybe he was and I just didn't notice.
No, he seemed like he almost wanted it to happen, but at the same time was warning her against it.
Then, we hope that Timely doesn't turn into He Who Remains or someone worse.
Yeah, he could turn into someone worse. I think he either dies, turns out to be evil, and turns into like a Kang variant, but who knows?
It's up to us to do better than He Who Remains.
Whatever we do, we're playing God.
You are gods,
We are gods.
but not here.
I don't trust B-15, so I...
Oh shit.
Where's B-15?
She's setting in place her plan to control the TVA. But if we work together...
Bro.
I've been gone mere days. And this place is hours away from becoming a crater in the cosmos. Driven into the ground by 2 variants.
It's so funny because she doesn't see herself as a variant. She talks down on variants as if she isn't one. It's crazy.
I thought you could see the bigger picture.
For the first time, I finally am seeing the bigger picture.
Please stop.
Yo, what are they gonna do? Yo.
Knowing that all of us here would rather die than follow you out that door.
And she's loving it. That's wild. You know, when we first saw that put to use on him, I didn't think it was gonna kill anybody like that.
Let's go.
Oh, you can hear the dripping. Because the floors are great. That's great, but like, so nasty. Wow. I can't believe they did that.
Everything is going according to plan.
Good. This little Mobius pick-me-up, courtesy of the hot cocoa machine.
Machine?
Yeah.
About this hot cocoa machine, could I take a look?
Can you? Okay, Professor, he'll take you.
Oh yeah, I bet you it's a pretty sight in there.
Access denied.
Dude, I did not expect this episode to be this sinister. Okay, now that she's dead, I can say this. A couple episodes ago, I accidentally said that Docs was... The actress was originally supposed to be an older version of Sylvie. But that turns out that wasn't true. But all the other leaks that have come out with that I know of were true except for that part. So they had to have changed something. And obviously that isn't the case anymore. Chocolate soup. Oh god.
It's Miss Minutes. She's taking control of all the systems.
That's why the temp pads aren't working. Grab the multiplier and let's get timely.
Dude, this is getting good. Like, the suspense that's building is that's one thing this show has done better than anything else has on Disney Plus. Is suspense wise. It's so good.
Sit
down. Ms. Ravona, sit down. Sitting down.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work.
If you don't like what I have to tell you,
Then X5 here is gonna find a very thorough and incredibly painful way to kill you.
It's a very small box.
Dude, that thing is nuts. I need a Funko Pop of somebody in that box.
I think you're going to like what I have to say.
Yeah, dude, I don't think he is who he says he is in all of this.
Loki? Sylvie? You okay?
And is she gonna open the door and then Loki from episode 1 is gonna be there and get pruned?
Okay, that sounds like a noise you want to hear from farther away.
No, that's a noise you don't want to hear at all.
Still tight.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that's him from episode 1 because he didn't have the trench coat on. And he had the little thing that OB gave him.
No.
Yeah. Haha, so it was him. He's putting it together. Close the loop. She's like, huh? So who's on the phone? Dude, just the suspense is, the tension is crazy. It's a good shot.
About time. What's taking you guys so long?
Ah, nice.
Miss Minutes is sabotaging everything. It's slowing us down.
I could take her offline if I reboot the system.
Yeah. Reboot the system.
Security protocols will go down.
Like what?
The dampeners that prevent people from using magic at the TVA.
Oh. Turn it off! Turn it off, yeah!
It's getting worse.
They're taking me offline. I'm losing my cognitive facilities. I need to tell you. I need to tell you. You'll never be him.
Oh, gotcha. Cool.
That's new.
Go.
Dude, with the magic, the safety stuff turned off, with the magic turned back on, he is beyond. It's not even funny. Oh, this is a great shot. Zoom. Oh, I see him. Is she gonna be controlling him?
Here for a second. Come here. Come here.
What is going on?
I didn't think I'd see you again so soon.
Let's go. Now.
Ah, nice. I knew she was getting it pruned at some point.
You saved my life.
Is he playing both sides though? I can't tell if he's good or if he's evil because he seemed like he was pretty cozy with them. But I don't know.
Okay, let's go. Just put your head in the scanner.
Welcome, he who remains.
I want that voice whenever I walk into my room.
Who's it gonna be?
I'll do it. I'll put the suit on.
Okay, let's go then.
Come on, let's move.
It should be me,
No, you don't have to do this.
but I do.
You sure you want got there? Yeah, dude, I don't think this is gonna go well. Like at all.
Load the multiplier, launch it, and get back. Got it?
Got it.
Got it. Oh no, this isn't gonna go well at all, is it? Where's the crack? They fixed the crack. I don't have a good feeling. I don't at all. Yeah. We didn't have a good feeling about that one, did we? Oh.
What happened?
Oh, he's not there. That would happen. That not good. Oh, yeah, he's more than gone. Holy shit. Wow.
I don't know.
Well, we tried. Holy balls. Oh, so everything's just over. What? You can't be serious. Dude, this is not good at all. Okay, so by the looks of things, it seems like the TVA is done. Like the TVA is destroyed. The time loom got swallowed up by the big void out there. Hold on, we got so much stuff going into the last two episodes. Ravona's in the void, which I thought was going to happen because there was a shot in the trailer of her in the void. The TVA is destroyed, which I also kind of saw coming, but at the same time, I didn't see it happening until the end of the series, or the end of the season, rather. Victor Timely is dead. That looked awful. It looks like the TVA has just exploded, and all of our main characters are dead. But we know that's not the case, or at least somewhat not the case, because there are shots in the trailer where we see Loki time slipping more, and he's going into different places, and it looks like he meets Mobius on the sacred timeline, or at least on one of the timelines, as a jet ski salesman. So that stuff has got to happen. There's a couple of other shots that I'm thinking of in my head of our other characters, and there's shots of Ouroboros in like regular civilian clothes, so we're probably going to see him as his variant. As to what's going to happen with the TVA and all of these other characters moving forward, I have no idea, but I want to talk about some core moments in this episode. First off, I love the dichotomy, the moral conflict in this season so far. Not only in this episode was it very prominent, but just the overall topic of, is what the TVA is doing wrong or right versus what they were doing then versus what they're doing now. What's wrong, what's right? We really don't have a definitive answer, and it seems like a lot of different people in the show are on different pages for different reasons. It's just really, really interesting how they're handling all of that, and the character emotions are really, really reflecting that. The actors in this show are just fantastic. But this whole thing with Docs and Brad and Ravona in the chamber, whenever they put the box around them and started closing it in, I thought they were gonna cut away, but they just kept going. Obviously, they didn't show it. They can't show that. But dude, those people all got smushed together. They're dead. They're dead, and you could hear the dripping of gore and guts and blood and stuff. It's Halloween. It's okay, YouTube. But we knew how sinister Ravona and Miss Minutes could get, but seeing them go as far as they did in that situation, I didn't see that coming at all. The only thing I have to complain about this series so far is, considering they're dead now, we're probably not going to get an explanation as to what their actual motives were, at least leading up to episode 2, where we saw them bombing the timeline and pruning all of these different branches. We didn't get a proper explanation. It felt like it was built up way too quick, and then we kind of just got to this point in the episode where we finally get to, you know, some compelling moments with the characters, but we're still not getting their motivations, and we're not really getting a feel for what these characters represent and what they're all about. So I didn't really feel anything when they died, but the way that they killed them off was very horrific, and so in that way it worked. So we got Ravonna, and then the other guy, the one TVA Minutemen guard dude who got pruned, who was with Victor Timely at the Hot Cocoa Machine. Maybe they'll meet up in the void, maybe something will happen with them, maybe they'll team up, who knows. Miss Minutes is now offline. Seems like she's taken out of the equation for a while, but dude, just the last 25, 30 seconds of this episode, I was expecting him to, you know, not make it out alive, and I thought it was going to be built up in a suspenseful way where he gets all the way out there and is like, oh, I almost got it, and then he gets sucked away or something. So it's like real sudden. But with this, he just walks out and he just dissipates. Like, he's gone forever. He's just, he Mr. Fantastic away. And that effect was horrifying. That was done really, really well. But as to what's going to happen next, I'm honestly really glad that they didn't do a post-credit scene, because I feel like with the first season, they would often end off with a big cliffhanger just like this one, and then in the post-credit scene they'd answer the question. I feel like let the suspense build for a week. I feel like that's a lot more fun. Like, I think it was episode 4 of last season where Loki gets pruned at the end, and you're like, what happened? What's gonna happen with Loki? Is he dead? Is he not dead? It's a show. What are they gonna do? And then the post-credit scene is him waking up in the void with the other Lokis. I mean, if they would have saved that until the next episode, that would have been fantastic. But I'm glad they didn't do that, and not knowing anything going into these last 2 episodes, seeing the potential of how they connect to the Marvel's post-credit scene that's currently rumored. I am going to talk about it, so potential spoilers if you're watching this before the Marvels has come out, but the current rumor is that the post-credit scene is going to be Monica Rambeau waking up, or at least being in another universe after the incursion that happens at the end of the movie, potentially. But she's apparently going to be in contact with Kelsey Grammer's Beast, X-Men. Like, they're finally doing that. And obviously with Wolverine being in Deadpool 3, all of those connections with the Fox universe and the X-Men and stuff, and the rumors of the TVA being in that and the TVA being in this, that's gonna lead in. Dude, there's just so much connection right now. We're finally starting to see all of the cohesiveness that we've been complaining about not having for the last couple of years in the MCU, that it feels great. Obviously not everything is perfect right now, but we're seeing the connectivity, and I'm glad that it's all starting to build up to an exciting point again, where us as Marvel fans, we can begin to get excited. If you're not excited yet, I feel like you're going to be once Deadpool 3 rolls around. I have a lot of hope right now, but as to what's going to happen with the tail end of this season, I have no idea. I'm glad I'm going in blind for once, because it's usually the end of the show that I know stuff about. But in this particular instance with this show, I knew stuff leading up to the finale and nothing about it going forward. So with that, it has me very excited. So let me know what you guys thought down in the comments below. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor, please consider hitting that subscribe button, like button, turning on post notifications. Whatever you guys want to do to support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. If you're interested in seeing full-length versions of this reaction or any other reaction that I have up on the channel, as well as early access to said reactions, you'll find them right here on YouTube on my membership page. So if you guys could check those out as well, I would greatly appreciate it. So hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I will see you all in the next one.